gang, it's your boy Platt, back with another Spirit Series video. Today we're going to build on what we talked about last video, and that is we talked about liqueurs. At the time I talked about how liqueurs here in the US gets kind of thrown interchangeably with other terms like cordials and schnapps. And so today I want to do a separate video on schnapps because depending on what part of the world you're at, schnapps are a different thing than what we consume here. Real quick, give you the definition. Schnapps are an alcoholic beverage that takes several forms, including distilled fruit brandies, herbal liqueurs, infusions, and flavored liqueurs made by adding fruit syrup, spices, or artificial flavorings to neutral grain spirits. I want you to remember that neutral grain part. The term schnapps is kind of a anglicized version of the German term Schnapps. It's said more like snap, like you'd snap your fingers, than the way we say it in the U.S. schnapps, or also in England they say it like that. The term translates into spirit drink, and when thinking about German or European Union style schnapps, that's the way to think about it, is that it's a spirit, not quite the sugary liqueur that we have here in the States. Here in the U.S., schnapps are basically inexpensive, highly sweetened mix of neutral grain spirit, fruit syrups, spices, other things. In Germany and parts of Scandinavia, schnapps are basically eau de vies, which are just pure spirit off the still, no additional flavorings, anything to it. Basically, the unaged fruit brandies is the best way to think about it. Fruits like apples, pears, plums, cherries are quite popular and used to produce schnapps over there. They press the fruit, ferment the juice, run it through the still one time, and there you have it. To compare and contrast the two, the German style schnapps tend to be sold at anywhere between the mid-60s and around 80 proof, where American schnapps are anywhere between 30 and 50 proof, or 15 to 25% alcohol by volume. The German style schnapps tend to be drunk neat. Here in the U.S., schnapps are either used as a mixer or used in cocktails or done as a shot. You don't see someone taking peppermint schnapps and pouring them in a snifter and doing this and drinking it neat. That's just not really done. Probably the biggest difference between the two is the German style schnapps, no sugar added. Where here in the U.S. there's a lot of sugar added to schnapps. So that's probably the biggest difference between the two. According to the Taxation Trade Bureau, that's the people who regulate alcohol, the TTB, here in the U.S., there's no separate category for schnapps. Schnapps just kind of gets lumped in with the liqueurs, or the U.S. style schnapps. If the German style schnapps is brought over here or sold, as far as the legal category goes under, it's a fruit brandy. So if I was to make a true German style, let's say like an apple schnapps, here it would be sold as a fruit brandy. I would have to meet all the legal requirements of brandy as far as proof, stuff like that. I could not add sugar to it and sell it as or I could not add sugar to it to call it a schnapps. I'd have to call it a fruit brandy. The particular schnapps we're going to try today is the Mr. Stack's Peach Schnapps. Comes to us at 30 proof or 15% alcohol by volume. To compare it with some other things, most wines are going to be in the mid-teens on proof, or mid-teens on ABV, so it's very similar to them. Some beers now, some of the bigger barley wines, your big double imperial stouts, stuff like that, are going to get close to the mid-teens too. So this is not a very high alcohol thing, but there is alcohol into it. It will sneak up on you. This particular one is produced in Princeton, Minnesota. Now, why that's important is you might remember the video I did on neutral grain spirit. I had basically a poor man's Everclear in that video, and that was produced in Princeton, Minnesota. They've had a distillery up there in Princeton for a long time, and they produced bulk ethanol for a long time. But they also would produce other spirits for other people. And if you think about it, schnapps is a great way to utilize that. We learned with neutral grain spirits and with vodka, I could take bulk ethanol, cut it add just a little bit of water, and I can call it neutral grain spirit, i.e. Everclear. If I add a little more water to it and maybe run it through the filter once or twice, I call it vodka. If I add a lot of sugar to it and a little bit of flavor, now I can call it schnapps. It's just a great way to diversify the product line if you're producing bulk ethanol. The same address that produces this, I didn't say same company, I said the same address because you'll have several different people having product produced there. The same address also produces UV vodka, Phillips Union whiskey, and the Trader Vic line of products. So let's give this a try. All right. Well, I get the peach, and I get the peach. That's about it. Pretty simple stuff. Let's give it a try. Good gracious, that is not too far from just drinking like simple syrup. Not quite as thick. It's a little smoother, easier going down, but it is peach flavored simple syrup almost. That being said, it gets the job done. It's going to be added as a modifier in a cocktail. For a shot, this is going to be easy to go to, this is easy going. If you're with a person, if you're out somewhere with a person that's not a big drinker, but you want to do a shot, obviously don't hand them a Jägermeister, but a peach schnapps they'll be able to keep down quite easily. Well, I hope you liked this video. If you did, please subscribe down below. Also, please like the video because it lets YouTube know we're putting out good content. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, please leave them in the comment section, or you can always contact me on the Twitter page. Till next time, bottoms up.